All right, welcome back. So today we'll be reviewing Tuesday, January 20's trades. There were some A plus bangers, some A minus setups, some B plus setups, and also just go over some small updates I made to the Trading Bible, which is now version 2.1. But real quick, just a quick refresher, or if you're new here, the model is, here's a bullish example. We first look for virgin wicks, which are any wicks that have not been touched, that have not been ran through. So if you draw a line to the right, nothing has touched it, that is a virgin wick. We wait for them to get closed through. In this instance, to get closed through by a bullish candle. So this bullish chad then creates a bullish point of interest from that virgin wick level. Then we drop down to the 1 minute time frame in the next hour, wait for price to trade below the POI, the point of interest, and then engage with a higher time frame fair value gap, followed by a inverse fair value gap back to the upside. And that would be your confirmation to enter the long. That's a super quick summary of the model. But super quick, just an update on this Trading Bible. What I recently updated in 2.1 is through some of my testing, and I know someone else also tested this and he has great success with this, trading this live as well, is that there doesn't need to be a time limit on POIs. Each POI is valid until its powers have been used or new POIs have been created. If that sounds confusing, don't worry. There are a bunch of examples in today's trade reviews that will go over that exact scenario. I also added the 5 minute as a higher time frame fair value gap option, just because it gives us another option to take setups from, and they seem to be respected quite well from what I've seen. Yeah. Another quick thing I just changed is I just updated the trading process, because there are two different processes depending on if I'm at my desk or if I'm out and about and trading on my phone, but you can look into those in your own time. Also, just a quick note on, it might seem like I'm changing the model a lot or refining it a lot, but that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to refine the model to be the best that it can. If I see something that makes it better, like, why wouldn't I do that? It makes sense to try and get it as good as I can to fit me the best that I can. And yeah, even though I'm still doing the 20 A plus trades challenge, the premise of that challenge still stands. It is to force you to only take your A plus setups, whatever that means to you, whatever refinement and rules you have done, and not take anything below that. This model is a work in progress. Like, I don't claim for it to be the most successful model in the world, but it's something I'm working on. It's something I like trading. But yeah, there are plenty of well-established models out there. If you want something you can just quickly plug and play, like, I don't know, T-Trades, for example. Like, he's a industry leader, been doing this for many years. That's an option. If you don't want to do any refining or any thinking, you can just follow his rules. All right, let's get into the good stuff now, the trades. All right, so this first one was an A plus setup. I didn't take it. We'll go into why. So let me just, let's go back to the start of midnight. Okay. So this was Asia on NQ. Ignore that for now. Okay, so strong bearish shade candle closes through this virgin wick and this virgin wick, creating your bearish points of interest. Then from midnight, you can drop down to the 1 minute time frame and wait for the POIs to get engaged, along with a high time frame fair value gap. So POIs get engaged. Okay, quick note, this is actually on the 2 minute time frame, and I mentioned this in the last video briefly, but you can look for the entry on 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minutes, because sometimes, just because of the way the candles and the wicks are, you might not see the entry on the 1 minute, but it might be there in the 2 minute. So in this instance, there was an inverse fair value gap on the 2 minute. So we'll just let this play out. So PYs have been engaged. Okay, boom. So there is your inverse fair value gap, right? But at this stage, it is missing a higher time frame fair value gap. So you would not be able to enter yet. But in this instance, which is quite rare, but it happens, the higher time frame fair value gap actually appears later after the inverse fair value gap. So as you'll see, okay, I might have to manually mark it out. Yeah, as you'll see, so I'm on the 5-minute time frame now. Okay, there it is. There's a 5-minute high time frame fair value gap right there. Right here. There it is. Yeah, so in this instance, the IFVG, the inversion, is still in play. It has not been invalidated. Our drawn liquidity is still there. And we've just tapped into a higher time frame fair value gap. So then that is when you could enter your long. But yeah, I wasn't watching this. You'd have to be on point to see this, because when I first saw the alert and there was no high time frame fair value gap, I just considered it done. But yeah, you could enter there, put your stop just at these highs, targeting down here, and bang. Really nice trade. Oh, and yeah, also this is what I mean by, if you notice the time of this trade, it's towards the end of the hour. So in our old thinking, the POIs would have been expired, but in this case, the POIs their powers had not been used yet. Like this one got engaged right here. It dropped down a bit, but it did not take the drawn liquidity. So it is still in play, even though the hour is ending soon. And it didn't look like any new POIs were going to get created going back to the upside. So the POIs were still valid in this case. But we'll go over more examples so it makes more sense. All right, so this was what I would call a B plus or B minus setup, which ended in a loss for a couple of reasons. So firstly, we have 4 a.m. candle bearish close through this virgin wick, creating your bearish point of interest. So from 5 a.m., you can drop to the 1 minute and look for the model to present itself. If the POI gets engaged, POI does get engaged. And then bang, there is your entry. So firstly, I don't like this because we were just short of tapping into that 5-minute fair value gap. I would have liked it a lot more if we actually did. And then secondly, it's after 5 a.m. So the London kill zone has already ended. So there's less volume, less volatility, less likely to play out. And it does end up in a loss, I believe. Yeah, there you go. And then looks like there's another one right after it, which does tap into the 5-minute gap. So if you put your stop at that high, targeting 2R, yeah, and that would be a win. But yeah, that's outside of my kill zone, so I wouldn't take that. But this trade here has everything except for time, kill zone. All right, then we've got some A- setups on ES that I saw yesterday. Both were wins, but yeah, A- just missing one criteria. All right, so let's go here. 7 p.m. candle closes bearishly through this virgin wick, creating your bearish point of interest. So then from the next hour at 8 p.m., drop down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, let's see. Price chops around for a bit. POI is still valid. And bang, there you go. There is your IFVG confirmation. You can put your stop at that high, targeting 2R, because your drawn liquidity is all the way down here. But yeah, as you saw, no high time frame bearish fair value gap. So that's outside of my A plus rules. But you do get the win. So if you don't trade higher time frame fair value gaps, you could have taken this win. It's up to you. It's up to your rules and how you like to play the model. As I always say, there is no right or wrong. It's just your rules and what you see fit for a trade. There was another one in London. Let me have a look. Here. Okay. Let's see. So 4 a.m. candle closes. There is your bearish point of interest. Yeah. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same as that win on NQ I just talked about before, because obviously they are correlated. So it's almost the same setup, but you avoid that loss from before. But yeah, we do tap into a bunch of higher time frame bearish fair value gaps. FVG confirmation, put your stop at the high, targeting 2R. But yeah, again, it's outside of the trading kill zone, so I wouldn't have taken this. All right, and then finally on gold yesterday, three potential setups during New York. So let's go over those. Okay, so just ignore this stuff. 8 a.m. candle closes strongly through this Virgin Wick, and that's it. So these are your bullish POIs. Then from 9 a.m., let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, strong push above. POIs now get engaged. And then looks like we get a nice push up, but no entry model. So in this instance, it looks like the target has already been achieved without giving an entry model. So in this instance, this is what I mean by the powers have already been used. The trampoline has already been used. So even though you do get an IFVG confirmation here, and you might look to enter something like that, stop just below the entry candle, targeting these highs, I would consider these POIs finished because, yeah, as you see, target has been taken. So that's like a B plus setup for me, B minus maybe even. Yeah, nothing there. And then in the immediate next hour, so 10 a.m., let's get rid of these. Let's go back to the hourly. Okay, so there is a POI created from the 9 a.m. candle. So let's see what happens at 10 a.m. POI gets engaged. Bang. IFVG confirmed. I believe there was a higher time frame fair value gap. Oh, yeah. 1 second. Let's go back. Okay, let's play this out. Yeah, so if you see here, all right, let me get rid of this. There is a 15-minute fair value gap down here. Sometimes it's also important to just manually mark them out, just like that, because price can engage with the POI and actually quickly mitigate it, but then bounce back up. And so the indicator will remove it because it gets mitigated. So sometimes, which is why it's nice to just be at the charts and actually mark them up yourself. So you can see now that's gone because we traded under it. But I would still consider this as price engaging with the 15-minute fair value gap. And so price engages with the fair value gap, followed by an IFVG. So that's A+ for me. But yeah, I didn't take this because it's 10:30, which is 10:30 p.m. for me, and I'm getting ready for bed at that time. So yeah, you could enter there, stop at the lows, targeting these highs for a nice 2R. And yeah, this one took a while, but it does play out. You eventually take out that liquidity and that liquidity. So yeah, super nice. I would say that is A+ stamp of approval. I believe there was just one more. Yeah, one more example. Another A+, but this is during New York PM, where I'm deep asleep. But we'll go over it anyways. In case you do trade New York PM, this could be helpful for you. Okay, where am I? So we get this 12 p.m. candle, closes through this bearish, Virgin Wick creating a bullish point of interest. So let's go down to the 1 minute time frame from 1 p.m. and see what is there. Okay. So there is a POI along with a 5-minute fair value gap down there. Let's see if they get engaged. Bang, looks like we do wick both of them very briefly, but no entry model yet. Bang, we engage even further into them. The 5-minute fair value gap disappeared, but we do know it was there. But you could also mark it up manually yourself. And then bang, we get a inverse fair value gap, nice V-shaped reversal, almost an instant IFVG. So you can put your stop, below an entry candle. But since the target is so high, we got a bit of breathing room. So something like that. And this plays out beautifully. Look at that, bang on. Very nice. Yeah, A+ for me. But yeah, that was all the trades I had today. That I reviewed for yesterday. Hope you learned something. Hope you can take something and incorporate it into your own model, rules, criteria. See you next time.